Hey everyone, it's Katie from Paradise Falls family. In this video, we're continuing our Florida 2023 vlog series with a short overview of the Art of Animation Resort at Walt Disney World, Florida. We thought we'd throw this video in given we spent some time there on this trip as my sister was staying there, and we've also previously stayed there in 2019 and had a wonderful time. The Art of Animation is technically a value resort, but it's one of our favourites and we've had a great time every time we've visited. I think it's fair to say that this resort is the most overtly Disney themed resort out of all of the hotels at Walt Disney World, focusing on animation and classic animated movies. The resort is primarily broken down into 4 areas themed after different films: Cars, Finding Nemo, The Lion King and The Little Mermaid. The central animation hall then includes all of the main services such as the reception, the shop, the food court and arcade, etc. So when we stayed in 2019 and where my sister stayed this time was the Little Mermaid area at the far end of the resort. These are primarily the cheapest standard rooms and are furthest away from the main pool, but it's still a lovely area to stay in. And although they're further from the main pool, there is an additional smaller pool in this area which you can also use. The standard rooms where we stayed in this resort are lovely, very similar to other standard rooms at other Disney Value resorts, but themed after the area in which you're staying. The rooms have 2 double beds, a separate bathroom and sink area, and plenty of room in general. The room does look out onto a corridor or walkway rather than having a balcony, so you can get a bit of noise with people going past, although this has never actually bothered us at this or other similar Disney resorts, and we've always had a lovely, comfortable stay. Because of the way these rooms face out, soundproofing tends to be better than at some of the more expensive deluxe and moderate resorts. The theming of each area is fantastic and something the kids have always loved when we've visited, getting pictures with the statues and exploring every area. The Little Mermaid area is around a 5 to 10 minutes walk from the animation building, but one of the pluses of this is that it gives you a chance to walk through the whole area and see everything, as well as walking through the Lion King area, which has extra little caves to explore too. The Lion King area is also home to the fire pit, where you can roast s'mores every evening, and is something we always try and do at any Disney resort we stay at. Outside of the Little Mermaid area, the rest of the resort is primarily made up of family suites, sleeping up to 6 guests with a separate bedroom, living area, kitchenette and 2 bathrooms. We've not stayed in one of these before, but have heard they're amazing, obviously giving you a little more room and located closer to the animation hall. This includes the Lion King area, the Finding Nemo area and the Cars area at the other end of the resort. When we stayed previously, we made sure to explore the whole resort and every area, as the theming is absolutely amazing. The Cars Land in particular is fantastic, with a tarmacked road, cosy cone motel and pool with cabanas, making you feel like you're really in Radiator Springs. The most central area is the Finding Nemo section, centred around the main pool, which is the biggest in Walt Disney World, and it's where we spent most of our time when we previously visited. Known as the Big Blue Pool, this pool is the only one at Walt Disney World Resort which has a sound system, which means you can actually hear the music playing when you're underwater. We had a blast playing here, and the kids, being a bit younger on the previous trip, also loved the splash pad. Once again, the theming of this area is fantastic, and it was a great place to spend some time with a poolside snack bar too. The pool area is where they show movies on a big screen by the pool most nights, and it creates a lovely, relaxed atmosphere after a long day in the parks. Behind the pool, you'll find a playground, a walkway over to the Pop Century Resort, as well as the Skyliner, which is a massive advantage to staying at this resort, giving you easy access to Hollywood Studios and Epcot. We've grown to really love the Skyliner and much prefer using this over the Disney buses now, as it's so easy and relaxing to use, and so it's a massive plus to staying at this resort. On our most recent trip in April 2023, we spent most of our brief time here in the animation hall, which is the central hub where everything happens. The reception hall is simply amazing, with sketches all over the walls from Disney classic films and a TV area showing cartoons to entertain the kids while you check in. It's a great way to enter the resort. The smell that hits you as you walk through the doors is so good. Just off here is the Ink and Paint shop, which we think is one of the best Disney resort shops and has a great range of merchandise. Then through the other side of here is the Landscapes of Flavour food court. Again, we think this is one of the best quick service options in a Disney resort, with lots to choose from and loads of seating. We enjoyed a fantastic lunch here on our most recent trip and would recommend it to anyone. Also within the animation hall is the arcade, which the kids always enjoy, as well as information on all of the other activities taking place in the resort throughout the day. We were only here for a few hours on this latest trip, so couldn't take these in at this time, but there's so much available for the whole family to enjoy. Finally, out front are the bus stops to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs and the water parks, as well as a massive car park and plenty more great photo opportunities. As I mentioned, we've stayed here once before and then spent a fun few hours here while my sister checked in on this most recent trip. We only really had time for a quick explore and some lunch on this occasion, but it's a lovely resort that we'd love to stay in again one day. We would highly recommend this if you're looking at a Disney value resort. So that was just a quick overview of Disney's Art of Animation Resort, which we hope was fun and useful. In our next video, we'll talk through our time at the Grand Floridian Resort, which is where we headed next and where we spent the first 3 nights of this trip, so make sure to like and subscribe to catch this. In the meantime, if you've got any questions or tips about this resort or any aspect of our trip, then please let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching.